What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd lighten the mood a bit. All things considered. My name's Keith. Hello, if you're new, please come on in, introduce yourselves, take your shoes off, stay a while. I'm your host, Keith, man of letters, knowledge, information, and entertainment, and hopefully tonight some, as Richie would always, does always remind us, breathe. All right, about 5-10 minutes in, we're gonna do a little guided meditation, like a 1-minute guided meditation, just something chill, nice before we dive into things. You guys know what's going on. I didn't even have to put it in the title. The shit that's going on right now, man. I didn't want to draw too much energy in that realm. And a proper acknowledgement. One must give a proper acknowledgement at least. But then, yeah, we'll get a nice little guided meditation. Breathe, kind of take a load off, and yeah, it's hey, we in it. We in that Scorpio season, eh? And some of where my astrologers at? Can you please enlighten us on what's going on with the Scorpio season and all these mass rituals we got going on? I want to acknowledge. I want to acknowledge the darkness because in my personal philosophy, I feel like acknowledging something, staring it in the face, at least to start, is beneficial in the long run. To identify something, to define it, to label it, to cast light onto the darkness. You know what I mean? To sort of leave it in its bareness. It's easier to handle that way. Believe it or not, it actually is. Not to dwell on, not to dwell on it, but yeah. Anyway, welcome in, everyone. Slap the like button for me when you come in too, if you can remember. That way, the video gets broadcasted to more people. Bob Shop, hello, blessed awakenings. Love and peace, peeps. Salavi, hello. Sir Smith, how's it going, brother? Caleb J. Caleb, Mushy Master, oh man, I've got like 6 spawn bags popping off right now. I'm stoked. It's been a while. I've been slacking on the mushroom game. And I have some cool varieties that I haven't studied yet, and I'm stoked. Julia Gianacchini. Whoa, hopefully. Oh, Julie, what up? Hopefully I pronounced your last name right. Julia and I are planning on doing a live God's Permit sometime this week. It's looking like Hermeticism, hell yeah. And then some of your other staples and classics in the world, but also just a light-hearted, just to shoot the breeze. One spiritual YouTuber to another, what life is like and what we learn and how we learn it and cool shit like that. So yeah, again, if you guys are just coming in, please slap the like button so the video can get sent out to more people. That's how it works. We have a good amount of people in here. What kind of Barry Manilow vibe? I'm trying, Mikkel. All these friggin' with the craziness that's been going on with people dying at concerts and shit. But let's go ahead we're gonna do a guided meditation, you guys. Guided meditation, just so we can sort of balance and center ourselves before we start. You ready? You ready? All right, sit down. If you're sitting, sit nice and straight. If you can almost over exaggerate the stretching of the spine, you know what I mean? Almost kind of like put your chin down a little bit and pull up from like the bottom of your neck. Release, get that spine straightened out, you know? Loosen up the neck a little bit. Remember when we're breathing right now from the belly, low diaphragm. Okay. Close your eyes. We're gonna breathe in, count to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it just a sec. Just release. Controlled, but release. All right, at your own pace. One more time at your own pace. All right, you guys feeling a little better? Good. Prince Matteo Spazza, perfect. 100% about the Astro concert, and amongst other things. So, I know it's like, anywho, you guys ever read the Emerald Tablets? I'm sure some of you have. That's how you got here. In the Emerald Tablets, in the Emerald Tablets, I was just going over it again the other day, and it talks about uh, prior to Atlantis. There's been multiple civilizations throughout time. Throughout time, you think of Lemuria, Mu. Think of it, Atlantis, or the Hyperboreans, or however you pronounce it. There's a couple of heavy hitters, right? Well, in the Emerald Tablets, it talks about this race that was here far before them. They hid underground. The ancient Atlanteans started seeking power from the depths, from the darkness, from the shadow. They go down. They unlock some darkness. These entities, these creatures that are from another sort of dimension altogether, can mimic human bodies, and they take the form of humans, and they take positions and they take powerful positions and basically govern and guide the whole world. And Hollywood, and the entertainment industry, man, they go heavy on it. That's where they settle. That's where the manipulation comes from. That's where the mind control comes from. This visceral reaction from the Astro concert, for example, this heavy, like, that's part of the ritual. The recoil of the ritual itself is also part of the ritual. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't want to talk about this, but I also did because I wanted to acknowledge it. But it's also why I tried to ground us a little bit with some deep breaths, which you guys should be doing throughout the video. Because we want to be able to see the situation, but not get caught up in the whirlwind of the situation, you know? So, you know what I mean? It's like, if you guys want to be transmuters of darkness, if you want to transmute yourselves or the world around you, or sort of alchemize things, what we study, if you want to be that part, from time to time, you have to acknowledge the darkness. But here's one thing actually that comes from the Emerald Tablets. It talks about people going to the depths of the earth, and it says, "Beware, for he who was without balance that descends into the earth will be consumed by the darkness." I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much it. And I thought that was extremely telling. You know what I mean? It's like, one who is balanced can operate on either side of the pendulum with ease and with grace. So they can operate, you know, on the side of extreme love and still compose themselves, or they can operate, you know, in extreme hate and darkness, but still be able to operate and function effectively in that world. Because extreme love is just as disorienting as extreme hate is. You know what I mean? So that's why it's super important that someone has to be balanced in any situation, so that they don't sort of get carried away with the momentum. And that's how we have to see things like this. I didn't even know Astro concert was a thing. Y'all, I'm super out of the loop. I know I'm not as hip as I once was in my 20s. I've lost my hipness. I'm sorry. I don't know. I didn't even know who the dude. I knew the dude in his face and that he was a rapper, but I don't know. I couldn't be like, oh, that's one of his songs. Anywho. Oh man. These things are sacrifices. plain and simple. Plain and simple. Have you guys taken a look at the videos that Homeboy posted, apologizing about what he was saying? He couldn't even keep a straight face. He couldn't even look at the camera. The camera wasn't a real person. His hand was covering his face. If you guys ever study body psychology, or what you get, body language and the psychology of movement and how people stand and crossing their arms or crossing their legs or covering their face or covering their mouth or like putting their hand. You know what I mean? Everything we do and it is as above, so below, right? The external world is has a tendency to reflect what's going on the inside. And while Homeboy was giving his apology speech of the concert and the people dying, essentially, his hands covering his face half the time. I was watching his stories this morning. He's like, "Oh, I feel real bad, and I only want people to feel good about my concerts, and it's just, but how, if anyone has any information, that would help solve this problem, like we're all ears, we're doing our best to find what we can and like help. I just want the best for my fans." It was awful. It was insincere. It was crazy. So Amira pops in on the live from time to time. You guys might recognize her screen name, Amira. And she was telling me how about how some, I probably shouldn't have put her name, my bad, Amira. Shit. Well, I'm not going to tell the story because, anywho, fast forward. Sorry, I don't want to burn out the homegirl. Sometimes I get too comfy. I'll ask her if I can share that story before I share it. Anywho, Drake, who made an appearance at the concert, has ties with what's the owl god of ancient Sumeria? It was. I got some information that I had to look up myself that talked about how Homeboy is into the old Canaanite god, the owl worship. Now, I don't know if you guys follow the Bohemian Grove stuff, those weird rituals that go on up in the redwood forests outside of San Francisco. Was it Alex Jones, the one who snuck into their ritual in the early 2000s and got it on video, and they're just running around naked wearing the animal heads like Squid Game? The elite with their animal heads and their rituals of human sacrifice. Squid Games, like this is part of the ritual. And what they worship there is the giant owl. And they say they do fake human sacrifices there, mock human sacrifices there. Either way, because they got caught on camera, so they had to say something. They couldn't deny that this was going on anymore, so they had to say, well, it is going on, but it's just fake. You guys should check that out if you haven't followed that yet. Shit's wild. Anywho. Drake performs at that concert. The friggin' red lights and flames are going off while people are chanting help. Others are. It's insane. Like, you guys gotta see this younger generation, man. The amount of celebrity worship is unfathomable. But mine is ridiculous. My generation's ridiculous. My parents and here's why it's been getting worse. Because everyone's got a phone, just like you're watching me now, and it's so easy to get someone's attention and otherwise to get someone's energy. And so it's like, it's really good if you're plugged into something good that's bringing you knowledge and wisdom, something that's objectively improving your life. It's wonderful. You can never grow as fast as you can, or the quickness at someone's growth nowadays is 1,000-fold than it was 100 years ago, which is amazing, and it's fucking terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying, but absolutely beautiful. It's welcome to the world, baby. Shit's always balanced. Law of polarity. Also, the candle just made it into the frame. You see that, you guys? That wasn't in the frame when we started the video, was it? Please, if someone's watching this video and you're, under 25, roughly speaking, for the love of God, speak some sense into your homies. You know what I mean? I give you all permission to even be manipulative about getting your peers out of this satanic ritual stuff. It's wild. It's insane. Like, these guys have demons and devils and cursed numbers and cursed lyrics and cursed appearances and deathly appearances. Like have you seen some of these rappers with I don't even know their names. I'm out of it, so I'm sorry if I'm not doing good with names. But the ones with the colorful hairs and the face tattoos and shit, like their hair is gangly, looks like it's falling out. Their teeth are only in place because they're fake. I don't know if you guys have looked at their teeth. They're flawless. They're like chiseled. You know what I mean? Um, and it's cool. That's the crazy part. It's like it's cool because let's be real. Let's be real. Hey, let's be real. The devil is cool as fuck. And I'm not talking in terms of the devil. I was raised Catholic, so when I talk in terms of light and dark, I might have a flavor of Christianity. That's because I do. I was raised Catholic for a while, so trust me, I know all about the rituals, man. Um, Also, low key, really like the aesthetics of the Catholic Church. You know what I mean? The really ornate and decorative buildings and the cathedrals and the stonework and the architecture and um, the chanting, and it's just like it's pretty intense. It's dark as hell. Don't get me wrong, it's dark as hell. But anywho, that's beside the point. Point being, we got to be careful, man, because there's a lot of stuff going on out there, and it's getting dark, and that's why we got the Barry Manilow vibes going. Who was talking about the Barry Manilow vibes earlier in the video? Um, yeah, you just remember to stay balanced, you guys. When you do your poking around, when you do your investigating, I'm not saying don't always do or be anything other than staying balanced. Stay balanced in your heart, stay balanced in your soul, stay balanced in your emotions, stay balanced in your mind, in your heart. Just do your best to stay balanced. That way you don't get swept off your feet. Man, real talk. Real talk. Amir, I was kind of throwing you under the bus with the story. I didn't finish the story, but I was like Amir, and I was gonna get into it, but I was like, actually, I probably should, Anywho. Gene, what's up, Gene? Salavi, Prince, True. Lady of Fire, you've been here for. Oh, yeah, Lady of Fire, you've been here on the channel for years. I think you were even in the Patreon for well over a year too. So thank you so much for still being here. Prince Mateo Sparta. In high school, my mascot was a Spartan. Anywho, you grow over this are in full effect nowadays. That's hypnosis, but average people won't grasp occultism. No, they don't. Limitless Light 69. What about 69? Shiva, indeed. Light is coming. It is, Salavi. It is, fam. Please refrain from swearing in the comments. YouTube bots hide that. Ooh. Nice. Good look, Salavi. Squid Games, man. If you guys want to talk Squid Games, Jesus. Did you see the show with Will Ferrell doing that ritual on TV? I didn't, Limitless. I didn't. People were dropping like flies because of these high frequencies. It was an experimental. That's interesting. Is that what rabbit hole you're on with that, Prince? That there were some kind of frequencies going on? An experimental frequency? Interesting. Amira, hello. Are you talking about homies concert? Yeah, Kendra. Yeah, what up, Kendra? Yes, I am. Jaya, hello. Yeah, it's funny. Prince Mateo says that he'll end up recycling some souls of his fans. I didn't look this up, but I heard his album's called See You on the Other Side. Or the tour was called See You on the Other Side. Come on. Julia, what's up? Between the promos and the actual event, the whole thing is a giant Agartha, nice. Damn, you guys are busy in the comment section. Smith, Prince, Sheba, peace and love. Gene, Scorpio energies be strong, alright. I feel as those people should use sexual energies as much as they can, whether it's through sexual connection or creative expression. Gene, you're all about those sexual energies too. Nice. Good point. Way to bring that in. Please preach on that, Gene, because if the Scorpio is a heavy sexual energy, and y'all know how twisted sexual energy can become when it's not getting a proper outlet. So yes, please, 100%. Um, I'm not sure if I can keep up with all you guys' comments. Sorry, y'all. Um, Rosalind Bloom, hello. Stephanie Ramirez, hello. Occult is just hidden culture. Can you explain a little bit more about politicians being possessed by ancient goddesses? Oh man, so it's funny because the TV show where I got this name, YouTube channel name, Man of Letters, is actually from a TV show called Supernatural. What up, you guys? Anyone else on it with me? And in the show, it talks about, it taps into, so check this out. Emerald Tablets says, in an alternate dimension, there are sort of spirits, wait, spirits, and they were tapped into, the spirits invaded, and they can take over the mind of humans. They can take over their mind, soul, and body, meaning their emotions, their thoughts, their past. They are a duplicate of that person, memories and all, dreams, desires, aspirations, and all. But they would take over the bodies of people in high positions, and then they basically dictate and govern the world through their symbols, through darkness, through, misleading wisdom, or a total overall lack of knowledge and wisdom, keeping people in the dark. So it's interesting. That's how the Emerald Tablets lists it. And then, according to mythology and the TV show Supernatural is always touching on things like this. That's why I like it. I can't figure out if it's for the good or bad yet, but it's a good place to go for bearing witness to where the mind of entertainment and Hollywood is. And so a prominent part of the show are these creatures called the Leviathan, who are from a different dimension, that dimension being purgatory. And they come over into this world, and they have the ability to touch a person, take over their identity, their thoughts, their memories. They are mind, body, soul. Maybe not soul, duplicate of that person. And so, and the idea was, you have all these entities and creatures. You have your lower creatures and your higher ones. For the sake of this conversation, let's say you've got a chupacabra. You've got some chupacabra, some kind of low-class demonic entity that's bad but not doing too much damage. It's sort of just out there running amok. And then you have, say, a vampire. It's a higher degree. However the vampire exists, whether it's the shiny Twilight or whether it's the proper Dracula or, Blade or some combination thereof. You know what I mean? There's hierarchies to the demons. Well, in the show, and I believe this is important because Hollywood tells us what they're doing all the time. It's a sort of karmic release by telling people what you're doing. It's, therefore the person has the knowledge and still chooses, the darkness, then it's sort of on the human. So that's the sort of games they play. Well, deep breath. In the show, the Leviathan, we were having a chance to pick their minds and see how they work. And they didn't want to. There was a conversation between the Leviathan and the vampires. And the Leviathan are going, you guys are content hiding in the shadows, and the vampires were farming humans, essentially. The Leviathan turns to the vampire and says, fuck that. Like, you guys are over here hiding in the shadows, drinking blood out of plastic medical bags. Like, that's how you want to live? And the Leviathan looks at the vampire like he's the scum of the earth. No shot. The Leviathan are taking over heads of politicians. When you see those crazy-ass videos of the shapeshifters, the people blinking, and they have those friggin' reptilian eyes. I'm not saying something is or isn't. I'm not saying it was aliens. But there's stuff going on behind the shadows. And your question about the politicians and stuff. There's different hierarchies to this shit. Just like there's different hierarchies to humans, just like there's different hierarchies to cats, just like there's different hierarchies to monkeys, to primates, to vertebrates, to invertebrates, to, you know what I mean? There's hierarchies everywhere. There is absolutely a hierarchy of the darkness, and what they're capable of, and what their wants and needs are. Um, so stay balanced. Again, stay balanced, please. When doing stuff like this, stay balanced in all deeds and thoughts. And smile. Smile, because we're winning. I mean, this stuff's out in the open. They've got the rituals on TV. They're at least the singers back in the day, looked presentable, and the satanic stuff was going on behind the scenes. Now the entertainers have, oh, that's what 69 was about. My bad. Now entertainers like 69 and these dudes have Satan tattooed on the side of their face. 666 tattooed on the side of their face. You know what I mean? That's the desperation that's going on right now. Or maybe not desperation. Maybe that's just a new style of game they're playing. Because like I was saying earlier, let's be real. It's cool to be bad. I get it. I play that card all the fucking time. It's cool to be the bad guy. It's cool to be the, sort of mysterious, rebel that's like, fuck you guys, I do what I want, you know what I mean? Like, I get that. That's human nature. It's human nature, baby. We love it. I love it. You love it. You know what I mean? But again, balance. Kids don't know balance. Shit half adults don't know balance. The majority of the world doesn't understand how to balance. Can't balance fucking checkbooks. Not that checkbooks are even a thing anymore. But you know what I'm saying. It's like it's as easy as shutting the TV off, but it's as difficult as shutting the TV off. So there's that. Anyhow. Amira, first thing that pops up, high vibes. Okay, so we've done some darkness acknowledging. For 20 seconds, let's rebalance. We're gonna breathe. Okay, you guys, sit up straight, stretch out your spine, chin down, shoulders relaxed. Relax your shoulders, the jaw. Let the jaw kind of shoulder, chin down a little bit. Get your spine straight. You know what I mean? Stretch it out. Stay nice and tall. We're gonna breathe. We're gonna breathe. I'm going to count to 9, and we're going to take a deep breath in. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it. Hold the breath. A controlled exhale. Nice. Okay. I see you guys have been busy in the comment section. It's always a good. I get carried hard with that Aries energy. So I'm all ram and no chill. That's my balancing thing I gotta work on. So the Richie breaths. are always good from time to time. Look at bids of the man in charge. His earlobes are connected differently in different video clips. Slavi, I know, but we sound like crazy people when we talk like that. So, here's another thing I learned that we live in the age of reason. It's not good. It's not bad. It just has its own set of rules. So, in a logical age, specific to the one we're living in, we're not as superstitious, spirits and UFOs, gods and goddesses, entities, the boogeyman is not a thing anymore. Science, in other words, is God. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just the rules of the game right now. Which means we have to understand the rules and then proceed, right? We're not gonna fucking look at our age and curse it. We're not gonna curse the darkness. We're gonna light a match, right? Not curse the darkness. When talking to people, when you guys say you have no one to talk about, like I think Amir, you're like, there's no one to talk to. Well, there's people to talk to, right? We have this community. If I can go add everyone on Instagram that's in the chat room right now. Add me. You guys add me on Instagram. I am Keith G. Keith the Y. Keyth. I am Keith G. Hit me up. Like there's a community out there. But here's the point I was trying to make. Was cast ye not pearls before swine. Swine are pigs. Pearls are precious materials. And what the quote is saying is, please do not give precious materials to heathens. You know what I mean? It's like, don't give the pearls to the swine. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. I could make a whole video on it. I'm not going to it. You guys can use your imagination. That's like you can cast things at swine. That's not saying leave them alone. That's just give the swine what they can eat. You know, don't be wasteful with it. The Hermeticists, and the alchemists and shit. They've always written about, and even acted. Think Michelangelo, and I always forget. I need to learn more prominent historical alchemical and anywho. Were these dudes martyrs? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, none of these dudes were fucking being burned at the stake for you know what I mean? For learning about the world and the truth about reality. They were like, "Oh, you want me to jump? Sure. How high? King James. How would you like me to jump? You want me to worship that dude? Oh, for sure, dude. Run it. The cross? Absolutely, baby. Run it. I'll take 3. I'll hang them up all around my house. Let's do this, baby." No, these dudes didn't make martyrs out of themselves. Which is something I appreciate. You know what I mean? Everyone, all these religions were growing up to believing that you have to die, to sacrifice yourself, and it's like, no, I don't want to fucking sacrifice myself for your ass. What? Bitch, playing. Ain't no mom never raised no fool. I can't no shot. Player. Workout routine. Here's my workout routine, and it works phenomenally for me. I go to the gym, and I work out at whatever is not being used. That's my workout routine. I look and I go, all right, no one's over there. I'm gonna go work out over there, and that's what I do. One of my favorite pastimes. This might make me sound like a dog, but what I used to do is I would find good-looking women. I wouldn't perv on them. Shit, I wouldn't even try to make eye contact. But I would get next to them, and I get my 300 on, and it would be my motivation. I'd be like, oh, is she looking? I'd be like, oh, did she see that? And I swear, and it's an actual thing. It's an actual thing that testosterone levels increase around attractive women for men. And so I basically talk about using the swing of the pendulum to my advantage. I would basically use women that I found attractive as a testosterone boost, and I would just get my 300 on. I swear my performance skyrockets if I think I'm showing off for a pretty senorita. So guys, maybe that might work. Vámonos. Sorry, was that too much? Was that TMI? You are an alchemist, Gene. That's not a detraction, Sonia. We're talking high vibes, man. You guys need to go to the gym, fucking work out, for sure. Go for runs, go for walks. Like, that's not a detraction at all, Sonia Williams. Actually, we don't talk about that enough on this channel. Is how important it is to fucking stay active and to stay. It's night and day, man. Like when you go to the gym, I went to the gym for the first time yesterday, and I already feel better. I feel like I'm standing up straighter. Right away, my back muscles are pulling my spine upright. I feel like I'm not as hunched over. I, I just feel better in my body. Um, and that has such a big influence on the mind. And if you're talking keeping high vibes and shit like this from these mass scale rituals that's going on, oh man, Sonia, great, great question. No, how to build muscle? Yeah, yeah. Make sure you eat right after you work out. Your body's doing most of the protein absorption is happening roughly like 45, 60 minutes after your workout. Boom. That's when you want to eat your most of your food. Um, what was it? I lost my spot. Thumbs up. Sign Res, what up? So, protein synthesis. Um, body weight stuff. You know what's good is 100 push-ups and 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats a day. Or at least one of those. At least one of those. Yeah, if you're a man and you're only going to pick one of those, I would do squats, do 100 squats a day.